And we're live. Welcome back to Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. Keep on doing it. Welcome back, guys. We're here.
That's right.
We're live.
Here. We're live. We are alive.
We're alive. I'll take that as a huge win.
That is an absolute W. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't think you were gonna make it after last live stream.
Dude, I had a couple of rough nights this week, but you know what? I actually got a full 5 hours of sleep last night. So, woo!
Dude, I had a day yesterday, and I got shithoused. Like, unapologetically kind of shithoused. Or, well, not like too shithoused, but like relatively shithoused to an uncomfortable level yesterday.
Like hangover or just
so I'm hungover right now.
Oh, poor boy. Poor boy, Steven, poor boy. Man, I want this to get a little bit more.
What? Well, you're working on your new setup?
Yeah, it doesn't look the best at a downward angle or at an upward angle. I could try to put something else underneath it, but
yeah.
In case anyone hasn't noticed, I have a new setup. So I've got a bookshelf, just like Steve's old bookshelf, basically, and it now holds the whiskey. So I'm excited about it.
You might need to do something like I do. Like my camera is at about face level.
Yeah, I'm going to actually
maybe a little bit lower. I mean, bro, you can take your time. We have 2 people watching, so...
Well, I don't think those 2 people want to watch me screw around with my setup, but we're going to do it anyway.
Yeah, That's right. This is your time, Alec. We're here for you.
Yeah, I know.
No, that's not true. But if you're in chat, what are you drinking tonight? How the hell are you doing? Welcome back to another... We need to come up with a good name. A good name for like our Thursday live streams. Thursday, not Thirsty Thursdays. That's way too basic.
How about Tipsy Thursday Live? TTL.
Well, we need to workshop it.
You think we need to workshop everything?
Yeah.
You're not wrong though.
You know what? I'm a perfectionist in a way of like I like to be the best I can be at anything. So like if there's anything that I'm not the biggest fan of, especially when it's something I know I could do better, I nitpick the crap out of anything.
Yeah, I totally get that. So I'm not even going to blame you for it.
Well, this is a different kind of nightmare of a stream. Eventually, we're going to get this down. Like, we're going to have setups that just naturally flow and work for both of us.
Okay.
But like last live stream, you're taking care of your kid, rightfully so, as you should.
I was going to say, that's not something that's going to go away.
I know.
I'm lucky right now, but, well, not lucky, but you know what I'm saying. Right now, I've got in-laws here who are able to watch over him with Shelby, which means I can do this. Okay, so what do we think about that? Good level? I know I look small now. I look like I'm 4 feet tall.
Let's just control like Z and just go back to the way things were.
Go back to how I had it. All
right. These are the things we usually do beforehand, but I was barely here on time today.
Yeah, freaking jackass.
I got everything set up super last minute. But tonight, whenever the heck
wherever you're watching this,
wherever you're getting into this here, grade A, perfect content.
Oh, dude, this is the best. This is what people pay good money for. No one's paying for this right now, but you could be.
Ironically, on like the pregame for the 4th of July, because this is going to be like our first real content before the 4th of July. We're dropping a video on the 4th of July that I've yet to film.
Yeehaw.
But we decided to, on like the most America holiday ever, I decided to pick, why don't we do a live stream about Australian whiskey? So that's what we're doing. I didn't realize that until like I already made the thumbnail and all that jazz. I was like, holy shit, next week is the 4th of July and we're live streaming about Australian whiskey.
Hey, man. Could be doing worse.
It is what it is. Yeah. So we are getting into some Starward whiskey tonight.
Not to be confused with Star Wars whiskey. That is blue or green, and you can only get it at Disneyland. And it's beer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you've gone to Disneyland since they opened Galaxy's Edge, haven't you?
I've never drank there though.
Oh, dude, there's one bar there. It's the Cantina from Star Wars. It's not like we didn't wait very long at all. Actually, I think we put our name in a queue, waited like 20 minutes, and then got in. And the drinks are all super cool. I got I forget what the drink was called, but it comes in this big 20-ounce cup, and it's almost like it just looks like a clay fired cup, but then it has the entire Battle of Endor etched into it, like the whole thing surrounding, which is pretty cool. And the drink itself was
Snow Planet, right?
No, that is
Hoth.
Yeah. Thank you.
My bad.
No, and Endor. Well,
I'm kind of a Star Wars nerd.
It's the moon of Endor technically, but it's where they blow up the Death Star in the last movie.
So it's a forest one.
Yeah, but it's super cool because you get to see like them infiltrating the bunker and the X-wings and X-wings and TIE fighters like fighting up in the sky, and it's a cool cup. But like all their drinks are really cool. Definitely recommend. And you can actually ask the DJ, who's a robot, like to play certain things. So it's like it'll basically intake certain requests, and then it just knows what to play basically. So it's an actual robot, and it works pretty well. So I dug it.
Like artificial AI robot?
Very basic, but yes.
Okay.
Like it doesn't move other than its torso up, and it goes zzz, 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 and then it plays something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I mean animatronics, but you know.
Got it.
Pretty cool. I like it. Okay.
Yeah. Let's put a pin in this whole Star Wars conversation because I need to talk, which we're going to talk about that before we get into the whiskey, just because this conversation needs to be had. But
absolutely,
get caught up on chat now that we have someone in here. We got Sugar Kitty in here trying to keep his eyes open after a long day, needing a cat nap. Well, thanks for showing up. We appreciate you. You're probably our most consistent viewership. So
yeah,
appreciate the hell out of you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And if you do take a cat nap, let us know.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so I'm probably gonna lose people here, but Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
Finally, just finished the whole
Kenobi
series. Not gonna lie, I didn't care for it that much.
Okay, I'm glad I wasn't the only one. I think that it had a lot of really promising moments, but the show itself kind of was eh. And I think
the story was just so simple and basic. The fight with Vader was dope.
Yes,
but that was about it.
That's the whole thing right there. Is if you watch the parts with Vader in it, it's a great show. But that's only like maybe 2 hours of content total. So like all the stuff about Leia and Obi-Wan and their like whole thing, I could have gotten behind it if we didn't know that in A New Hope, we are literally going to see Leia ask for Obi-Wan Kenobi's help for the first time. So it's all like, why is this happening? I didn't know. I was confused. I was upset, but like the show itself, not terrible. It just, it lacked in so many areas that they relied on Vader, Kenobi, and occasionally like Luke, I guess. And Leia had a couple of cool parts, but she also had some really cringy parts too. So
it felt like a cash grab in the sense of like every single piece of content that Disney has put out through the Star Wars label has been garbage in one form or another. Like, and I mean, that could go to say like, oh, hey, if you keep doing something for so long, eventually it's going to suck. But because like The Mandalorian was pretty good for like the first few seasons, but like, I don't know. I don't care to see another season of The Mandalorian anymore.
I think I'd be more into another season of The Mandalorian if Boba Fett didn't suck so bad until The Mandalorian came into it, you know? Because then it just was like, okay, we're watching The Mandalorian, but we're also not watching The Mandalorian. So, and I think at this point, like, okay, if they had capped it basically at the end of Boba Fett with all the Luke stuff, that would have been cool with me. I just don't want to see some CGI that is going to, you know, no matter how good they make it now, you can still pick it apart. It looks really good, but that's the thing is Luke, and what they did with him originally was great, but the more they do with him now, the more chances they're going to screw something up. Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's like they're killing one of my favorite series or shows or movies or whatever. Like
sagas.
I don't know. They're just killing it for me because I loved Star Wars. Even like, so we both grew up through the whole timeline when like the first, second, and third were coming out. So for me,
Right.
those are kind of like my Star Wars movies. I'm a huge fan of the third one, as you know.
Oh
But
yeah,
like
absolutely.
the fourth, fifth, and sixth are also insanely good. But like anything they've made throughout that, like I haven't really dug, except for the only new one that they made that I liked was the Solo.
Really?
I liked Solo.
I was okay with Solo. It was one of the better ones, but I think the only one that I can say I truly like enjoyed watching was Rogue One, and that's because Rogue One I think had a really good story, but unlike this one where you had to follow the fact that there's a beginning and end of this plot hole that you are filling in, Rogue One, it like served every bit of justice to not touching anything outside of its timeline, but also giving a good story during it. So that's my take.
I mean, so I liked Rogue One too. I forgot about Rogue One, not gonna lie, but I liked Rogue One as well. But like the 7, 8, 9 didn't care for the series. I thought I was gonna like it better because everyone's been like, "Oh, hey, you guys have started doing things. Let's do more lightsaber, like Jedi Knight type shit." What?
Which series? You just said the series.
Oh, like all the series, like the
just all of them in general.
Yeah, sorry, I spaced on your question.
No, like, you're good. Mandalorian, Boba Fett.
Yeah, Mandalorian, Boba Fett, and like so ever since like Mandalorian did well, Boba Fett kind of took a shit. Like there were parts here or there that were good, but like as a total, I think it kind of ruined his character a little bit for me. Yeah. I think his character was really cool in Mandalorian, and then it kind of, I don't know, it dropped off for me at some point. That's all I'll get into that. But I don't know. Everyone's
the only other series that came out that I thought was actually pretty darn good is the Star Wars Visions series, which is their little animated, they're shorts. They're, like between 15 and 25 minutes, I think, but they're all animated and they are really good because half of them are just origin stories of some badass Sith or long forgotten Jedi or something like that. And you just get this really cool, like it's a new thing. It has nothing to do with the old stuff. And I like that. So I know they're trying to come out with some the Jedi High Order, stuff that's supposed to be long before even episodes 1 and 2 and 3. I would like to think that those are going to be the more promising ones, just because every time that they try doing stuff in the middle, there's that potential to screw up.
Yeah, I don't know. I just want them to, I don't know, almost stop things.
But then, if that happened,
want more Star Wars content.
Well, I was going to say, you're talking about Disney here. They can't make profits solely off of Marvel series now. Are you kidding me? No.
Yeah, but I mean, getting into Marvel again still, like, shit. I watched Doctor Strange, and you said at some point that there was going to be a scene where it goes almost Evil Dead. As soon I was watching it, because that scene happens about 3/4 of the way, and I was like, I don't know what Alec was talking about. Literally, as soon as it happened, I was like, oh my God. And then the movie just took a huge fat shit for me from there. It just did not, it felt like the vibes changed completely.
Yeah, no, the movie starts off like a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
And I'll give it to them. They try to do something different. I'm glad they're trying new things with all of this phase 5, I think they're in now. But they're trying new things. And sometimes they work out, but sometimes they don't. And this one, it was like they started off full Marvel. And they etched a little bit of horror, a little bit of horror, a little bit of horror. And then, all of a sudden, randomly, you're just like, what the hell happened? Why am I suddenly watching a completely different movie? The transition was just brutal. Because up until that point, up until that 3/4 mark, I was like, you know what? I think they did really good on this one. I think that they've done a great job. It's fun, it's playful, it's new, and it's, it's all Doctor Strange. And then all of a sudden, it was just like,
it just, I don't know what happened. I got no words for that. Okay.
Anyway, we can stop with our tangent here. All right, Disney, Marvel.
I
We're
do
sweeping it under the rug.
apologize, guys.
Yeah.
This was a conversation starting to happen, but like honestly, don't be surprised if you start hearing more random off the wall conversations, as long as things don't get political, because that's a huge nightmare deep dive that we're not going to get into online with random people.
You don't talk politics and you don't talk religion. Okay.
Yes, those are the two no-go areas. Everything else open for
Yes.
me. Don't give a shit. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we start doing more conversations like this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm also planning a lot things more open-ended. Like today, where normally we would have done like 5 bottles in a night, this night we're doing 2. And
I think that's fair.
On some Peralta cash strength bourbon.
Ooh, nice. It's been a while since you had some adventure stills, huh?
Too much going into a brand new. So the proof. So this one is 59%.
Okay.
The first Starward we're getting into, 40%.
Oh, okay. So these are on the lower end of the proof. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
gotcha.
The first one is.
Okay.
The second one is 56%.
Gotcha.
So not low, but not as high as some of the stuff goes. So I guess.
By the way, real quick, how much did you pay for that Peralta, the cast strength?
50, 55.
Next time you're over there, will you pick me up one? I need to get one. I like that bottle. It's got sentimental value to me, so grab one for me.
Well, they just had a new batch come out. A new batch of like the bourbon, and this one, it's higher in proof, and it's older, and it's much better.
Well, grab one for me, please.
Much better. Same price.
Grab me one, okay?
Okay. Well, you're going to be coming down to help me with the move and stuff at some point.
Yeah, the renovations and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Well, no, actually,
if it all goes through.
Well, Shelby and I were talking about that because we're not going to be there for Dylan's paint party this weekend. So I was saying that we should just do like a check out his house, check out your house one weekend, like come do whatever just to kind of.
Next weekend.
We'll talk about next weekend.
Yeah, the offline conversation. Let's get into the whiskey, folks.
All right. Which one are we starting with?
Okay, so first one we're going to start off with is Starward Twofold.
Boop, 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 boop,
Twofold.
Boop. All right.
Whichever one says twofold on it. I don't know if I labeled these properly. I tried doing a better job than I typically do. I know that's not saying much, but...
I would say that it's the thought that counts, but the thought's always there, and everything else lacks, Steve? Yeah.
Okay, so while you're pouring that, I'll kind of go down the line of like, what is this here bottle? So Starward as a whole, the brand, the label, they are an Australian whiskey maker. I think they're the only one that I'm aware of. There's likely more, but they're the only like one big enough to at least hit the States, which, I mean, quite frankly, I don't really care much about like what's going on outside of like what I can get.
Yeah.
Like I hate seeing things online where it's just like, this is the best whiskey ever. And it's like, oh, you can only get it in these specific states or these specific countries and other things like that. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when was the last time that we got a chance to, review a bourbon from anywhere in Europe or Asia or anything?
That's not possible, but
right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like there's a big market or even possibility for that kind of thing. So when you talk about Australian whiskey, it's like, okay, so you took our corn, you took our whatever else, and you brought it over there.
Well, they probably make their own corn. I mean, corn doesn't grow exclusively in the United States.
Well, no, but I thought that's the same idea as like the Japanese whiskey. They take basically the grains and everything, and then they just age it out there.
Well, so I know it was kind of like the Wild West for like legal terminology with Japanese whiskey, but I think they're now cracking down on that. I don't think this is a conversation either of us are educated enough on like the legalities of like what can be called what in the whiskey world. I think we're just better at drinking it.
All right, fine.
I mean, every single time I've ever said anything about Japanese whiskey, maybe not on a live stream, but on like one of our curated like videos. Like
Yeah.
the 2 times we did Japanese whiskey stuff, I like went on tangents about Japanese whiskey. And I probably had like 3 or 4 comments of people being like, well, actually, you're dumb.
You don't
and I'm
know
like,
a damn thing.
well, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
We got Top Heavy in the house. Cheers, dude. Cheers.
Cheers.
Wait. Okay, cool. I am sober. At least enough to like read that right. Top Heavy. I was like, I love that like tag name.
Well, if you were wrong and it was a girl whose name was Top Heavy, I think that she would probably not be the happiest with the name. I feel like that's just asking for trouble.
Did you see the thumbnail I made for tonight? I'm very proud of that tagline. I was like brainstorming for 5 minutes and then I came up with it at the last minute. I was like, yeah, good to go.
Starward Whiskey?
No, look at the thumbnail. You gotta get on the whole YouTube thingy things and like
the YouTube thingy.
Got Katie Turk in the house. Cheers. Nice to see you. I don't know if this is the first time you've shown up in ours, but I've definitely seen you around. So cheers, welcome. Cheers. We are drinking Australian whiskey tonight.
Cheers, as they say sometimes.
I don't know. I made Olivia laugh with it, which like that's not saying much because her sense of humor is relatively right up the line of my sense of humor. So
exploring the down under. Really?
Right? I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny.
I'll give it.
I was trying to get some like comedic tones. I mean, we're not doing anything crazy. We're just drinking 2 Irish Australian whiskeys. Yeah. Which
if you're gonna get that the thumbnail at some point, we need to start having like sound bites so that we can just throw in the living in a left down under. You know, we got to start throwing those in for this kind of content. Obviously, professional.
Okay, I'm already starting to fuck up my words. How much is that? I don't care anymore. Right. I'm trying to be more of my normal person on these things, so we're just gotta send it. How much money is that? Because Starward, obviously, it's an Australian whiskey. It's not inherently. I would say it's kind of around the same lines of like skitchity Scotch. 56.
Okay.
Pull the trigger on it. I mean, you can decide if you're someone who likes Scotch. So essentially today, what I will say, we have Starward Twofold, which is one of their mainline products. It's 40%. And then we have a cash strength one, which I haven't gotten nerdy about this, so I might be speaking out of my ass, but this is a pick. So this is a single barrel pick from their website. It's called the Captain's Pick number 1, 3 years old in French oak red wine barrels at 112 proof. And I think it's like roughly around 55 online where I got this from, because I bought this and they sent us this, which I was going to kind of get into that later, but we're already saying it now. But yeah, this stuff, pretty good. Very, very, very good, especially for, $56. Like
this is the Twofold, right?
No, I'm talking about the Captain's Pick right now.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I'll tell you what, the nose on this thing is it's vegetal. It's got some veggie taste to it. I'm going to put that out there right now. Oh, yes, pair with Vegemite. Honestly, I could see that. This is like...
This one?
Yeah, it's got a really... It's almost like seasoned potatoes in a way. Like you had like potatoes that were seasoned with like rosemary and a little bit of like... what am I trying to think of right now? There's a lot of stuff I could say.
I've yet to get nerdy with these and actually tear them apart. I poured these when I went to my mom's to go swimming the other day.
You're slammered.
No. I like poured a drink. I had to drive home, so I poured a drink, and then I sobered up and I drove home. Something you wouldn't know anything about.
Whoa there, friend. Okay, I don't think you should talk about anybody on this
platform. So, Starward Twofold whiskey. This is wheated and malted barley Australian red wine finished whiskey. There's 2 grains. Okay, there's a bunch of blah, 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 blah. I think they age all of their stuff in red wine barrels. So I don't think they do anything outside of that because everything says red wine barrels. And all their other stuff online is red wine barrels. So this is basically a 40% ABV wheat/barley mash bill.
You got to try that, dude. Actually, that's pretty darn good. It's nice because the nose has got way more of that. It's got a lot more of that. What am I trying to say? Like savory smell to it. But then once you like get into it on the palate, sweet notes, and it's got like a really nice like light finish, but not like a dead finish. It still has flavor. It's just not like hit you hard. It's pretty good. I can get behind that.
Yeah. So Sugar Kitty. Full disclosure, I think that's roughly. So these are the only 2 we've been able to try, or well, I've been able to try. Memory serves, without getting nerdy about it, I wasn't blown away by Twofold, but the pick I was blown away with, especially for that price. And what I will say, in the description below, there is a promo code. That will get you free shipping inside of the United States. Since Starward did send us this Twofold, they also gave us a promo code for free shipping, and then I purchased this one and used the free shipping. So I verified it works because I was kind of blown away that someone gave us a promo code because we're us, you know? So if you're interested in anything, but that being said, I'm also not trying to like push their products because I don't know that much outside of these 2 products to like fully say that they're awesome either, but I'd be willing to pull the trigger on some.
Okay. No, I think it's definitely not bad. As far as, like you said, it's in the realm of Scotch, and comparing it up against some Scotch, I think that it's a little different. It has like a really nice kind of fresh blend of like a rye with a Scotch in a way. I get it's mostly because of those savory notes, but it ends fruity, and I dig that.
I'm torn.
Why? What's doing it for you?
You said that note about like herbed potatoes.
Yeah.
It's potatoey.
What's wrong with potatoey? You tell me you don't love some nice seasoned potatoes in your breakfast?
Like a desserty whiskey or like a spicy whiskey, not like a.
Oh, bull! You love some of that Texas stuff that's basically just burnt savory boot, Yeah,
I guess that's true. I don't know. Maybe we need to I need to reset. Gotta limber up.
See, for me,
I like the nose. The nose is earthy and kind of like soft.
No, I agree. I like the nose, and that's where I got most of that potato feel. But I'm telling you, if you can stick with it through to the end, I think it's got a pretty good finish. That's what I'm actually kind of impressed with on this bottle, is the finish, because it's a slight sweet finish after coming from a very savory kind of power-packed punch.
It's so funky, dude.
Dude, I want this with a steak, and I bet you it's freaking delicious.
Yeah, I bet this would be good with the steak, but honestly, herbed potatoes, like rosemary, red skin potatoes.
Yep.
A nice crack of black pepper.
Yeah.
Little hoisin sauce.
Actually, yes. Could totally see that too. No, top heavy. This is the Twofold.
This is the Twofold. This is their wheat and malted barley combo, which, let's be honest, guys, I don't really love wheated mash bills. Wheat does something weird and sour to whiskey for me. There's a very small collective of whiskey that I actually really like that goes Makers 46.
Basically, I was gonna say it's basically this line right here.
Yeah, Makers, any of the stave finish profile Makers stuff I typically like. Out of all the ones I've tried, Weller 12 I've tried. I like that. And then I'm the, why am I spacing? Woodford wheat is kind of growing on me. I used to hate it, but now I'm thinking I like it a little bit.
So what you're telling me is I was right all along.
I think I'm cool with it, but like, I don't have the best track record for like weeded stuff. It gets funky for me, and this is funky. I don't think I've ever had a whiskey like this in my life, because it's not like Scotch in the sense of like it's barley forward, because it's not. It's like, I don't know, like there's a hint of that barley grainy aspect, but then it's covered up by like a creamy vanilla, and then like all that weird savory bobbity boop blah stuff you've been talking about.
Bobbity boop blah. I don't know. But I think it's nice because it's a change of pace. I love when we have different types of whiskey because it's a change of pace. When we have 4 or 5 back-to-back bourbons that all are nutty and banana-y and chocolatey and vanilla-y, and the list of the basic bourbon profile goes round and round and round. That's why I kind of dig the idea of this, like, because it's really different savory, but it comes back to a sweet finish.
Pomegranates,
you say?
Yep. And then it gets like meaty, like it starts pomegranates, and then evolves into like that weird meaty stuff, and then it lingers around. Actually, no, that pomegranate kind of sticks around for a while for me.
It's like a background note. It's like a background note. I can give you that.
That's likely from the red wine. Honestly, after I discovered the pomegranate note, it's kind of grown on me. It's funky though. There's some funk in there. Like, I know it's almost entirely from that wheat. That wheat is making this weird, like, funky, like, soft. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to describe that perfectly.
It's something is what it is. That's what you're trying to tell me right now.
Yeah. Yep. This is the twofold. It's that 2 grain shoe leather funky.
No, shoe leather
might be a great note.
You think shoe leather is a good note on this? Hang on a sec. Hold up.
It's leathery. I don't know if I would go shoe leather, but it is leathery. Whether wheat or funk. Yep.
Okay, I can kind of see like a leathery note. But yeah, not full blown like shoe leather. It's like a I don't know how to explain this.
For us, boobity bo, boobity boo, boobity bop. Those are all
boppity beep boop.
Boppity boop bop boop.
Yeah, basically any kind of combination of just sounds. Sometimes Steven will sit there. Yeah, exactly. You know, I've seen Steven go ooh, 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 and that is code for something's going down. You know what I'm saying?
It's code for not a goddamn thing.
No, we've got a lot of information that comes through the mainstream on this show. You know?
What I will say, this is $25 at Skyline Liquors.
Who in the hell in this chat is going to go to Skyline Liquors, dude?
Well, no, I'm just for your information of like what a price point would be. So like, this is weird as shit.
It is weird as shit.
I'm not digging it, but again, I didn't expect myself to dig something that's a half wheat, essentially. I mean, I don't know their proportions that they. Excuse me. The proportions that they put into this, as far as like wheat versus barley goes, but
actually, yeah. Wait, if you can find that, tell me real quick, because this bottle actually gives me a lot of reminiscent notes off of this backbeat bourbon. This is the one that Will got me, and it has the same, like, it's not a like full weeder, but it's definitely a weeder, and it's got a good feel to it because again, starts off with like some really funky notes that are a little bit more savory, but then it ends on a fruity kind of light note, which I think that's what I like about it. Is that when it's got a good mix like that, it can have more than just one or the other. It's a good, mix of the two.
It's like earthy red fruits and then some like savory like herbs.
Gotcha.
potatoes. It's interesting.
I do think the potato note is like the main note I get, but
Yeah.
it's like not in a bad way. I know that you were very against it at first, but I think it's not a bad potato. It's not vodka potato.
Yeah, I don't want to like shit on this bottle per se, but this ain't the bottle for me, man. I think it's
Said that about
interesting.
Woodford wheat a long time ago.
I think this is a cool project. It's a cool idea. I'm sure they mixed the wheat with the barley to try to get like an entry level priced out option for themselves.
Yeah.
But I think I would have probably preferred just 100% barley. Like just make it an Australian whiskey. Like 100% barley, Australian single malt. I don't know. Wheat's not my jam though.
But I mean,
so what I will say from someone who is into wheated type flavor profiles, someone who likes whiskey made out of wheat, because I haven't found a whiskey that's made out of like wheat or made with wheat in like the mash bill that you don't like so far.
Yeah.
Unless if I'm wrong with that statement, but no. I think I'm right.
No, I think it's also partially because, again, I'm open to a little bit more different, like diverse flavor profiles, and that's why I kind of like the wheaters sometimes. But I know I've definitely had, I can't remember what it was, but I know I've had a wheater in the past that I was like, this is officially too much. Like your sour cream note was the note I was getting, and that was the pure note I was getting, and I was like, no. So there is such a thing as going too deep in the wheat. Okay. It's kind of like going heavy in the paint, deep in the wheat. Okay. We don't need to go deep in the wheat. But we can dip our toes in the wheat. The wheat can be helpful sometimes. This one is leaning a little bit more on the deep in the wheat side, though. I'll give you that. Because, again, great with a steak. But would I have this with any other dinner? No.
Probably not. I think this is a steak dinner whiskey, and that's like it.
Yes. This is what you bust out when you're trying to impress whoever you got that steak for. And God forbid, if he wants anything else, you tell him, sure. But God forbid, you're still going to have a little bit of this with your steak.
Yeah. Hanging AZ. Cheers, man. Nice to see you as always. Nice to see you back in our chat. We're probably likely doing Thursdays moving forward. So
yes, we are now
going to your schedule. Proud. Make us your priority.
Absolutely. We'll go all night, man. All night.
No, I don't think one. I know you wouldn't do that because I wouldn't do that. I don't have the like level of sophistication to go all night. I drink too fast.
Oh yeah, we'd both be trashed by it.
Yeah, I'd be trashed like 2 hours into the stream.
I was gonna say, like 8:30. We'd both be like, man, you know what? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it all because I don't give a damn. And then that's when we get weird. I've seen Steven get weird.
Yeah, Alec, you got your America hat on. Just bought one of those.
That's right.
I have an American flag fanny pack.
Of course you do. I've got an American flag shirt, I've got an American flag hat, and I've got some American flag shorts. And that's kind of what I'm wearing this weekend. Wow, that is literally an American flag fanny pack. Good stuff.
I look like such a tool wearing this.
You look like you're supposed to be going to a rave this weekend.
Yeah. Alexis got it for me, man. My little sister.
You know, that's not surprising at all. No, well, no, of course not. But that's absolutely something that I feel like she would buy you.
Take care, Sugar Kitty. Have a great rest of your night. We appreciate
enjoy the cat nap.
Yeah.
This is getting a bit weird now. Yeah, it's all weird. That's right.
Oh, my first sergeant's calling me. That's not a good look. Well, gonna ignore that.
Oh, don't let him see the channel.
Yeah. I would never wear a politician's hat.
Just the flag.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a smart move. That's what an educated person would do.
I don't do politicians. But we don't talk about politics here. That's like Bruno. We just don't talk about it, except for, my dog's named Bruno, so he's a piece of shit too. Alec in his shorts would probably put it over the edge.
I think that's putting it right where it needs to be.
So a little backstory. Me and Alec, we met in high school when we were
Yes.
both on the swim team.
Yes.
I still have my American flag
Oh
Speedo
my! Do you
from the
really?
swim team. I shit you not. It's a 28. Do not fit in that anymore, but I
No.
could squeeze into it if I had to. That is all I'll say.
No, that's something you say for Olivia and Olivia only,
Redemption
man. Okay,
High Rye Barrel.
no one else needs to see that.
I've yet to try 1792 Bottled in Bond or Redemption, but from what I've heard about Redemption, I bet it's probably phenomenal. In 1792, I have, not found a single 1792 product that is not great.
That's fair.
The only thing I have against 1792 is that damn cork. Why does it look so shitty? Like, it's over the top gaudy. It is not good.
Remember when I came over? It was almost 2 years ago probably, and we were like messing around, and I went to grab that bottle of whiskey and open it, and that was the first cork I ever broke. And you're like, man, how did you break that? And I was like, I don't know. And then literally, I think it was last year, I got a bottle of 1792. Same damn thing.
Yeah,
their corks are just cheap.
I had a Kirkland bottle, the small batch, because right now, and at least up here, they're like the Kirkland small batch, the $20 liter bottle.
Mm-hmm.
I had the cork break on me the other day.
Oh, really?
The Redemption is 100 proof. 105. So like low 100s, or more like 105 to like 115 is my proof sweet spot nowadays. I'm starting to realize that's where I like love whiskey at. Like 110 is the perfect proof point.
I think that anywhere from like 100 to 110 is a good spot for me, because I think that anything lower, lower than that's still good. But I do think that, when you're in between 100 to 110, it's like, you want to have a drink. You want to have some whiskey, like some good whiskey. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we do talk about the politics of whiskey.
Well, that's just how we do.
I mean, that's not real important. It doesn't matter.
Unless prohibition comes back, that's the only kind of whiskey politics we talk about here.
That's probably not going to happen. Okay, so
I don't think America could literally handle it.
No. As just give me like a gladiator thumb in regards to twofold, like
I was like,
up, down, or somewhere in the middle, like the whole like.
Yes, I get you now. Just when you said gladiator,
I don't know where I was going with that.
Well, no, you said gladiator thumb, and I was like, is that supposed to be like a YouTube thing that I'm not aware of any? Okay,
Dude, I am not plugged into any trends.
All right. Gladiator thumb on Twofold's whiskey.
You gotta like do the whole.
Yeah, I know. Ready?
You gotta.
I gotta get a thumbs down.
Yeah, as I would say, it's a try. Try before you buy.
I would love. No, again, if I went to a restaurant, if I went to a steakhouse and they had this whiskey, I would be like, give me that and eat with my steak right now. But otherwise, I don't see a reason to have it. Maybe steak and eggs in the morning if you're feeling like having whiskey first thing in the morning with steak and eggs. But that's the thing. It's got to have steak involved, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I would love to try it with steak. I mean, it's not going anywhere. We still got a bottle. I'm not going to go out of my way to kill that when I have way better whiskey to be drinking.
That's right.
Hanging AZ, I have a bunch of sample bottles. That's all I'm going to say. I have like a cabinet filled with maybe like 50 empty sample bottles.
I think I have probably at least 10 of your sample bottles at my house right now.
Yeah, because I gave you a bunch of them with samples, obviously, so we could live stream. And then I had to make more. So then I just bought some. And then now there's too many goddamn empty sample bottles. But like we use them eventually. But so... if you want some, let me know. Legal classification of American single malt. Yep, that's a huge gray area. I'll just drink it. I like it. I'm a huge fan of.
Steve has been getting into single malts lately.
Yeah, American single malts. Well, we do have. Yeah, I hope so. I know with the bonded, I just realized I read that inside my head. Hanging AZ says, "Well, you do have a coming crisis of 700 milliliter bottles. Give me the extra 50 milliliters back." Yeah,
See, I feel like it's gonna be if that becomes a thing, it'd be sad because you know that everyone could tell, but they would
you're
try
not
so
tracking
hard.
this.
No, but I'm saying, imagine if like all of a sudden you picked up a bottle and you happen to look at the size of the bottle and it says 700 milliliters, it would feel like weight wise different, even though it's only 50 milliliters. Everyone could tell.
The new Jack Daniel's bonded is only 700 milliliters.
I know. I gotta hold the thing in my hand. That's
Well,
what I do.
next time you come over, I have it.
Yeah,
It's not going anywhere.
but
I
yeah,
mean, honestly, I might have improperly judged it. That was a review we dropped this Monday, and I've gone to it back since, and I'm like, this is pretty good. I need to put it up against like Old Forester Bottled and Bond and 100 proof because I think it might actually be really freaking good.
yeah. Well, I think JD has products that you can't necessarily say are bad. Like Old Number 7 is the bottom tier, but past Old Number 7, you're in good territory. People love it.
Yeah. So you want to get into this Starward, this other pick?
Captain's pick.
Yeah, since
Capitan.
we've been ranting about nothingness for the last 15 minutes and not drinking any whiskey.
Yeah, that's actually very true.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to get in it.
Jack, I think.
Jacques? Can we call him Jacques? Jacques Cousteau?
Devastating. Yep. That is devastating. Not sure if that's what you're referring to, but.
All right. Cool. All right.
Okay, so lots of people liking the JD triple mash. Yes, I don't know if it's hit Arizona yet because I was trying to find one because I know so it's a blend of like 60% JD bonded rye, 20% bourbon, and 20% malt.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I've heard it's essentially kind of like a spicy bourbon malt. I mean,
okay.
I guess that's not really a great descriptor because that's kind of the ingredients that go into it. But I like rye. I love bourbons, and American single malts are some of my favorite shit nowadays. So I think that's going to kind of be like my jam if I can freaking find it.
Fair enough. Time to go hunting, Steve.
Find a Starward. Jack, you're in luck. If you are so inclined to do so, again, they by no means are paying us for this. And I honestly, the bottle they sent us, I could not vouch that is worth buying. But in the link, I mean, we just didn't like it. It's not for us. What I will say is I like this pick, the captain's pick I bought. It's like $50 on their line, 55, I'm not sure. But if you're interested in doing so, in the link in the description below, there is I'm drawing a space on what it's called, promo code. I think it's Steven TK. I kind of wish they didn't put my
TWS, man. That's what it needs to be. TWS.
No. Yes. But there is a promo code that will get you free shipping in the United States if you are so inclined to want to purchase a bottle. Again, by no means am I pressing anyone to do that. They are not paying us at all. They just gave us a promo code, and I thought, hey, if you guys wanted to use it, free shipping, it's all up to you. I used it on this bottle, and I am not disappointed.
Wow. Okay. Hot damn. That's all I got to say about that bottle. Holy cow.
Total Wine has the triple mash at some locations, just not one in Tempe I go to. Yes, and I go to the Tempe one too, and Tempe is going to be my go-to Total Wine moving forward because I'm moving over near that area. So
oh yeah, you'll literally be like 5 minutes away from it, huh?
Yeah, like really dumb close. It's gonna be freaking awesome. Olivia's gonna hate it, but I'm gonna love it. Yeah. So if you want to get some, you're more than welcome to do that through that. But no, you're welcome.
All right, I want you to take a sniff.
This bottle.
Yeah.
let me break it down. So
today,
right now, we are drinking the Starward single barrel, single malt Australian whiskey. So this is a single malt. Given I don't know what Australia's legality wise is in regards to what's a single malt, what's not, because just like who brought that up? Beth Higgins brought up previously, legal classification of American single malt's not the most black and white thing either, where it is with like Scotland, because that's their bread and butter. But this is Australian single malt. So I'm assuming 100% malted barley, aged 3 years old in French oak red wine barrels. And it is 112 proof. Again, legal classification aside, don't freaking know. But I'm just going to say for all intents and purposes, let's just assume that it's likely 100% malt. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. So on the sniffer, I think it is bold.
Dude, red wine.
See, I wasn't even going to say red wine. I was almost going to say like if you took the carbonation out of a seltzer, like if you had like a cherry raspberry seltzer. But yes, there's definitely like a not fermented, but like that, like, deep red kind of flavor firm wine is definitely in there. But oh man, I just feel like it has like, it's so like not yeah, it is. It's artificial fruity. I get artificial fruity on it. Artificial raspberries, cherries, and strawberries.
Cherry Dr. Pepper.
Oh, yeah.
But not diet, just normal. Okay. Because it doesn't have that funky aspartame type thing going on in there, but it's like a cherry, but like if you added like cherry to cherry Dr. Pepper, like extra cherry.
Yeah.
It is kind of artificially.
Yes, no, it's extremely artificial, and it still has some vegetal note to it. I don't know if that's just the Dr. Pepper like weirdness that maybe I'm feeling, but it definitely still has some of that vegetal note.
Yeah, there's a little bit of like an earthy vegetal note in like midway through like smelling it, because it's an initial punch of just like ethanol and like red wine influence type going on.
Yeah, but then it
becomes like kind of earthy, and then it like mellows out to like that like cherry Dr. Pepper that just has so much cherry. I know.
23 flavors of cherry. All right, what are you, Italian?
No. Jack says, biggest thing is I wanted to try as much foreign whiskey as I can. I've had some really good stuff, different, and man, something to show off, I guess, for company, etc. Yeah, and that's kind of why I wanted to get into Starward a little bit, because I've tried a lot of Scotch. I've tried a decent amount of Irish whiskey, enough to like kind of know what the flavor profiles of Irish whiskey are. So yeah, but Jack, hit me up. We can probably look into sending you some stuff here in the future, maybe of some Starward at least.
Steven can be your plug.
Yeah. As far as foreign whiskey goes, I mean, I have a Japanese whiskey that I know for sure is Japanese whiskey, but that's about it. The cherry Dr. Pepper is excellent. I get that in E.H. Taylor. Okay. I see like a very heavy cherry note.
But I swear it's like almost that weird, like it's like not Coca-Cola, but it's like that, like it's artificial. The flavor in it is so like artificial.
Carbonation without carbonation. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like a seltzer without the carbonation. Like it's just, there's so much fruit, and then the Dr. Pepper, Coca-Cola, you could throw those in for sure, because it's a weird flavor.
It has to be a mix of that French oak and the red wine. So red wine's going to impart like fruity red, like red fruit type flavors, and then that French oak's going to impart kind of like spicier flavors. So it has to be that combination that just builds that.
Dude, I literally almost want to put this in Dr. Pepper to see how it goes. Like,
dude, you know what this reminds me of?
What?
like a cherry. If you took the Glenlivet, what is that? The
Oh, the 14, 14. Yeah,
15,
16.
16?
The
The French
La Santa. The La Santa.
no, that's the Glenmorangie. The
Oh,
French oak one. I think it's the 15 Glenlivet, but you cranked it up to like 110 proof and put an extra little bit of like cherry syrup in it. That's exactly what it tastes like.
okay. I'll get behind you on that. That could be good.
Regardless, this tastes like I would say like a younger scotch with a huge like spicy, peppery, earthy, and like red fruit like finish.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, would you say it doesn't have a huge oak influence? It's a little grainy, so that's where I'm getting that whole like youthful side, which
Young.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
3 years old. What did we really expect?
Oh,
I know
yeah.
Australia is a little bit more temperate of a climate than like Scotland is, but
No, there's parts of Australia that can definitely be colder for sure. But
yeah,
yeah, I think overall, if you want to talk about somewhere you can actually distill, like will grow and distill whiskey, you're probably talking more temperate climate.
yeah. But so there's that like kind of like grainy bit, but then there's a nice little bit of like spicy red fruit, and then that like earthy barley note going on in there. The nose I do like a little bit more than I do the palate. But think of it this way: this is $55.
See, that I think is actually a killer price
Yeah,
because this is in the realm of Scotch, especially. That's a great price, and the fact that it's up in the proof too. I think that's a pretty sweet deal.
I see a French whiskey called Amoric. I can recommend the double maturation is excellent. Okay, I've never seen that. You see, that's something I would love to do. I wish I could justify buying a lot more foreign whiskey, but like it's just so expensive comparatively to like quality American whiskey.
Sometimes you got to branch out,
Yeah.
Steve.
But what I can say, this Starward single barrel pick, the captain's pick, #1 is really freaking good. I'm very pleased with this pick, especially at that price. Like I would say this is very comparative. The twofold, not our jam, but that kind of like they mix the wheated with barley, and I think that's where the funk's coming from. That super earthy vegetal note is coming from.
Yeah.
That like extra bit of wheat, but this is really freaking good. So I would be willing to say at least, oh, my sister's calling me now. Sorry, Jess. I'd be willing to say anything that's like kind of like a single malt or like a barley product from them, I'd be willing to pull the trigger on moving forward. Like if I had the money and I was looking for something like Scotch-esque, but not like I got another like, Glenlivet or some other type Scotch. Like if I was looking for something a little different and like out of my typical wheelhouse, I would say this is definitely it's close enough to Scotch to be like relatable, but it's a little different. It's a little bit more earthy, and that could be the youthfulness. That's what I'm attributing it to, but I could be wrong.
All right, Steve, I need you to help me out. I'm trying to figure out. There is a flavor that's on the finish, different from the rest of the flavor profile. It's like a spicy fruit almost. I can't put my finger on it, but it has like a spicy fruit flavor.
It's red fruit. It's red or dark.
Yeah, but it's like weirdly kind of spicy.
Yeah.
In a weird way. It's almost like I didn't want to say chili mango, but it kind of almost feels like chili mango.
Yeah, I was thinking something along the lines of like grilled.
Yeah,
like my mind instantly goes grilled pineapple, but I was like, no, it's a grilled red fruit. But I couldn't put like my finger on like maybe like grilled plums. But
almost
I don't think
like if you imagine like apple cobbler, but like apple cobbler that was cooked on the grill. That'd be kind of weird, but like a weirdly like a toasted apple cobbler finish.
It's so spicy.
I know, it's weird.
It's very like red fruit, like pomegranate related. That pomegranate has to be coming from those red wine French oak barrels.
Oh, I agree, 100%.
Yeah, it's that pomegranate, and then it eases into this like plum, very heavy plum, red skin grapes, like the skin.
Okay, yeah, because the skin has that like kind of graininess to it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's like the earthy, like fruity earthiness. No, because it's not zingy enough for raspberries. I was thinking like raspberries, but like it's not zingy enough for those.
Yeah, when raspberries have such a light flavor, this is like a dark, like really harsh, not harsh, but like it's
Dude,
a bold flavor.
I might not have a no other than spicy red fruit.
Just generic, someone threw that in a blender.
It's like an earthy spice though. It's not like it's not your chili mango, because chili, that's like, it's not, that's like artificial red fruit. Like, whereas like this, it's more of like a black pepper, like earthy spiciness.
Yeah, man, I'm struggling to find a name for something right now. But yes, there's
Peaches
something on this finish.
drizzled in honey with like cracked black pepper over them. That is all.
I don't know about peach.
That's exactly what it is for me. That's what I've broken it down to. You're just wrong. Accept it. Rye with ginger ale is a big one. I've definitely done that. Or, well, ginger beer at least. Ginger beer, rye. Rye makes the best mixer. Like, best mixology whiskey, in my opinion, at least. Outside of, if you're throwing it into Coke or Dr. Pepper, bourbon all the way.
Oh, yeah.
High proof bourbon. Like, Diet Dr. Pepper, Russell's single barrel. I know that's a really bougie bottle to be dumping into some Diet Dr. Pepper, but damn, is that good.
Oh my God, Steve, you're the worst.
A Dewar's White Label, that was super cheap. Actually liked it. I don't think we've ever had Dewar's White Label, and if I did, I don't remember it. I know that's a super budget forward, like, Scotch. I think it's Scotch.
Yeah, no, I remember Cody used to buy Dewar's all the time. That was his like Scotch he would bring over when we do something, like all of us together.
Oh, well, that explains why I don't remember it.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So, Jack, I believe this. So this is Captain's Pick number 1. I believe it still might be on their website. I think it's like $55. Free shipping with our promo code. You're more than welcome to use it. It is all up to you. If you're seriously interested. I think you're seriously interested, so that's the only reason I keep on mentioning it. But if you're not, just, let me know.
Steven's on the payroll. Don't listen to him.
I'm definitely not.
All a ruse.
I mean, I'm going to say I wish I was, because it'd be nice to have extra money to like spend on whiskey and stuff, because we could do some really cool shit. Like, I would love to buy a new lens, some new lights, things of that nature, new camera body. Future, like, I mean, there's endless possibilities and goals that all require money, so it'd be nice to actually make money off of this YouTube stuff. But I also would never want to like impeach on our integrity.
That's fair.
Reach, kill it, because then
encroach.
Hanging Easy says, might get a pour of Pipe Dream after looking at Alex's shelf.
Yeah.
When you come down, you got to bring me some of that, because that's the one Redwood Empire core line that I've yet to get.
It's pretty good. In comparison to the Emerald Giant,
rare breed?
I think. What? Do
you have a rare breed?
Yeah.
Is that the rye?
Yeah, right here.
Oh, okay.
Yep. No, but the Pipe Dream I think is really good, comparable especially to the Emerald Giant. I think I like the Emerald Giant a little bit more, but honestly, the more I drink the Pipe Dream, the more I do dig it as well. They're really similar. It's just the subtle differences that, like, it's mood dependent. But I will say, Pipe Dream just as good.
So I've seen Lost Monarch at Total Wine recently.
Yeah, actually, I should just complete the set, right?
It's a blend.
Yeah.
It's so much better than both of them. I don't know why, but it is crushable. It's fantastic because it marries that nice like sweetness and the fruitiness from the bourbon and the spiciness from the rye together to create something that just kind of like,
So
it's that
what you're
perfect
saying
daily
is,
drinker 24/7 365. I don't care. That bottle could be on every single list we do.
so what you're saying is we should
That's how much I
first
like
buy a Lost Monarch, and then I should mix the two of these together, and we should do a comparison.
That sounds like a great video idea.
I think that's a fantastic video idea.
So
To be determined.
Before we tangent, because I'm sure we're going to tangent, give me a Gladiator thumb in regards to this one. And for grading criteria, let's just say $60, just to taxes, things of that nature.
Okay, ready?
You got to do like the shaky thing where you're just like,
I'm coming. Wait, sorry. Let me get.
Take it
let me get
serious, Alec. This is a serious show now.
If I had a crown, I'd wear a crown. Okay, but you know what? For right now, it's just.
Oh, we're doing that.
Yeah. Okay. Gladiator right now. Okay. Ready? I give it a thumbs up.
Okay. Yeah, that's
thumbs
where I'm
up.
at. This, not a big fan of. This, love. If this was, I don't know if I'd buy it online all the time because I don't like buying things online. I wish that was in like our store. And I know that's a store pick, so it's not a mainstay. But dang, that kind of makes you think a little.
Yeah. Well, and especially I think another really cool part about that bottle is that Proof Point doesn't feel hot like some other bourbons that get up in that kind of, like 110 range that are just starting to really creep up on you as far as heat. I think it's a really subtle, very relaxed kind of pour. It's really nice. So I think it could be dangerous. Don't get me wrong. That could be dangerous, but it's nice that it's chill.
Yeah. I like this bottle a lot. Hanging AZ says, I like the Lost Monarch best, but Pipe Dream is unique. So Pipe Dream, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's a blend of MGP and their stuff. So I guess that's what would make it kind of unique because, with it being MGP and their stuff blended, it is definitely a unique blend. But I just need to try that. You're definitely bringing that down next time you come down. We got the Bourbon Wrench in the house. Trev, sup, nerd? You ready to get your cheeks got by me one day? That is all. I'm not quite there yet, but
that is all. I mean, it doesn't give me much on mash bill here. All I can tell you is it's aged at least 4 years, and it is meticulously crafted from hand-selected barrels.
Does it say distilled in X? Because legally it has to say distilled.
Honestly, I don't see a ton of distilled on here.
Is that Pipe Dream?
Yes.
About to take a step away, look at my bottle. I mean, I don't have Pipe Dream, but holy shit, this is a nightmare.
I know. Well, it's got Bourbon Whiskey, the Land of Ancient Giants, and the Pipe Dream on it.
I could be wrong. It says bottled by X. Huh. Okay, well, I guess I'm wrong. Yeah, I'm wrong. That is all.
I can tell you it's distilled in California, Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee.
Okay, so it says distilled in.
Yes.
Where does it say that on yours?
It's underneath like the general warning.
Huh. Mine only. So this one says bottled by. We don't need to get into legalities of bottle labeling.
I was gonna say both of them actually say it's like right next to the barcode.
Mm-hmm. Either which way, that distilled in Indiana means it's MGP blend. Yeah. Man, I would pour a dram with you guys, but I am carb detoxing and I'm only drinking water and coffee until tomorrow. That's what I need to do going into the 3rd of July because I'm working the 4th.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I picked up a shift because Olivia was supposed to be working the 4th and then she changed her schedule and then now she's not working the 4th, but I kind of already took a shift. So, it is what it is.
Sucks.
But I'm going hard on the 3rd. The
As you
artwork
should.
alone is worth it. Yeah, this artwork is like the coolest stuff, and this is great whiskey at a great price. I mean, they're one of my
I absolutely love
top
the
5
artwork on these
non-large brands, like top 5 kind of like smaller brands,
Well,
but also
and
like big enough to be.
I love that they're out of Sonoma, California too, because it just makes me think of wine country, and so you're kind of guaranteed to at least be getting some level of quality based on that. You know?
Yeah. So the pick, I think it was around $55. I hope I'm right. I got that like a month and a half ago, so I could be wrong, because the difference of $5 in a month times frame kind of spaces over you. But
with inflation nowadays, it's definitely possible.
That is all the new tagline. I thought it was herbaceous.
Herbalicious. Oh, herbaceous, yes.
Herbaceous?
Yeah, you always say herbaceous, Steve. It's quite herbaceous.
Yeah, I mean, I do get a lot of things. I do say that is all. Have I been saying
that is all?
I do that to Olivia too, and she probably gets pissed off about it. But
when
she
you
never
say that
says
is all
about it. Yeah, I'll tell. Like, she'll wake up in the morning. Like, for example, today she didn't work, so I debriefed her, very very professionally. Amazing leader.
You mansplained? Did you mansplain something to
No,
her?
I know. I just told her all the shitty things Bruno did while she was sleeping, and I had to wake up early to go to work. And I was like, "Yeah, he did this, this, this," and I was like, "That is all." I don't know why I've done that. Like, that's just a new thing for me. I don't know why.
God.
Can't control it.
It's just what you do.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what you do.
That, and I picked up the whole terminology of a big win for the program from one of my
hate you.
Yeah,
I hate you
colleagues from drill sergeant school. He used to always say, "It's like, that's a big win for the program," and man, it got stuck in my brain. So now I find myself saying, "That's a big win." I don't say the full thing, but yeah, little weird social cues you pick up when you're around certain people for long. But it is what it is.
Yeah, that happens to anyone. So,
but yeah, so to recap this live stream, because we're like almost 15 minutes overboard, what's your thoughts on Starward?
Different, and I mean that in a good way. I think that they're both very different, and that even though I gave a thumbs down to Twofold, it's, like I said, something that's maybe worth having a try at least. Not buying a bottle, but if you can, get a sample somewhere, I'd say do it.
Twofold, I don't think that's it, but I want to try their other stuff. When we can.
Captain's Pick on the other end, really good. I think Captain's Pick is actually awesome, just because as far as the realm of single malts go, that's a damn flavorful, proofy motherfucker, and I say that with the motherfucker on there. Okay, yeah.
Okay, you went the whole hard R mother too.
Oh yeah, mother. Okay, but no, I think it's really good. I appreciate it, and I think that it has a lot of promise. So, obviously, second of the two is the one I would suggest, but I'm not disappointed. And for our first out of country whiskey that we're trying, I'm happy to say the rest of the world has something, at least worth trying compared to us Americans.
Goddamn Americans.
American man.
Yeah. So Jack says, I'm on the Starward site, and they have posted that they're the most awarded distillery from the San Francisco World Spirits Competition. And yes, that is true as far as I'm tracking. I mean, I'm posted to their mailer, so that's how I know that. So I'm assuming that's true if they're posting it everywhere, but I haven't really fact checked that per se. What I will say though, I also, a side tangent, having nothing to do with the brand, I don't really trust any sort of awards from any sort of spirits competitions, just because, let's be honest, when we do blinds, depending on the day, one bottle will beat another bottle or so on and so forth.
Oh yeah,
So,
it's very dependent on mood.
and I don't know, from my experience, any bottle, like, I'm not saying if it has like one of those like tags, it's garbage per se. I'm just saying, like, don't live your life based off of what other people have to say
Yeah,
about whiskey.
don't expect it to actually beat the bottle that you were also thinking about getting that day.
Because I have like 130 some bottles, and I think probably like 30 of them have little stickers that say San Francisco's Spirit Competition double gold. And like, it's just normal whiskey, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if that makes any sense what I'm trying to get across, but like, don't hold your little cap on it. But yes, what I can say outside of the twofold, which I mean, I guess that means it's singular. Starward makes some pretty good whiskey, and I would be willing to bet that their higher priced products that we've yet to try are pretty solid.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so we did have the twofold, did not like that.
Yeah.
If you want to try some, let me know. They do have 200 milliliter 3-pack. That might be worth it. Yeah, if you're looking for like a little like taster, that would definitely be, I would say it'd be more than worth it to just, I don't know, try it out. I mean, I've spent money on some crazy things for stupid shit. So, if you're into whiskey, I never see it as a loss. Because worst case scenario, you give it to your friend and they dump it in a bottle of Coke, and like, it is what it is.
Or you give it to me and I don't dump it in a bottle of Coke, but I do drink it and I do appreciate it.
I see what you're doing there, man.
I'm just saying. Yeah. I'm just saying, man. Okay, I ain't saying nothing. Okay.
I'm gonna pick 2. What do I get? If you're trying to get the same exact bottle we have pick numero uno. I got that because I'm a cheap bastard, because the other pick is a little bit more money than this one.
So I would suggest getting the other pick.
Yeah, I mean, it's your money. I'm not going to be the one to tell you. ODG is the OG winner, not Clue. Or, oh, geez.
Was he trying to say old granddad?
No, I skipped a shitload of chats. That's on me, man. We're going to Control Z abort. Hanging AZ says Alec went full Samuel Jackson, which is very true.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So we're drinking on pick number 1. The SLB drinks did Bottled and Bond War, and OGD Bottled and Bond won a round against some of the heavy hitters. We've still yet to try OGD Bottled and Bond, but I do love the 114. 114
Steven is such a fan of the OGD 114. Yep. He's a fanboy.
So that's what we're talking about over here. OGD is the OG winner because, well, clearly.
And a winner chicken dinner.
Yeah. I like OG. Oh, Granddad. I mean, I like a lot of like the cheap Beam products that are like proofy.
Yeah,
just
I agree.
It's such great value for like half decent, flavorful whiskey.
No, I agree. I have nothing against OGD 114. I think it's great. I'll just leave it at that.
Pick 2 is the American Oak Hogshead. I mean, if we're gonna full disclosure, if I had the money, I would be pretty confident with buying any of them. So can we get booze shipped to AZ? Yes. Yeah, so this
booze shipped to Arizona, man.
This pick I literally purchased just like, normal people do. Twofold was sent to us by Starward, full disclosure, and ironically, that's the one we kind of did not like. But the one I purchased myself with my own money, using the promo code to get free shipping because I'm a cheap bastard, like I said, shipped to Arizona, 85205, which is not going to be my address in the coming future. So, don't really care.
Okay. There's a lot of homes in 85205. It's okay.
But, I think it's solid.
Yeah.
It worked out very well for me. And this pick number 1 is definitely solid. And I would be very comfortable with. I picked this one because it's a little bit more proofier than the other ones they have, but I'm sure the other ones are a little bit higher in age, so they probably have more nuances in them. But I'm American, baby. I like to go hard, as they would say. Hard.
Yeah, that's right. Hard in the paint, deep
So that is it.
in. Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. Starward Whiskey.
Yeah. Hey, I'm glad we
I don't
tried
really
it.
have a way to end this properly.
No. I think it was good. I think Starward has a lot to offer. Again, glad we tried something out of the country, and glad we tried a single malt because I know you've been big on it, and I like different things. So,
Yeah.
Now that I've got some of a collection started, it's cool to try some other stuff. Oh, Steven's taking big swigs.
Yeah, I'm trying to clean dishes,
Big swigs.
Oh, that was a twofold. Oh. Yep, the twofold's even, also, I'm thinking it's a $20 single malt or $20 blend, but like, name the last time you had a $20 single malt that was good. I don't buy scotch if it's less than $38.
What was that Santan single malt you gave me?
That was not good, and that was $30.
No. Oh, okay. I thought it was cheaper. I was gonna say that was probably the last time I had something, but yeah.
Like I think like one of the cheapest scotches I have is like the Glenmorangie La Santa, and that's like $35-40. Yeah. Cheap scotch is just not good.
No, but expensive scotch is also just hard to justify. So
yeah,
take a pick.
Sometimes you just don't win. All right, I'm gonna read these last few chats, and then I'm going to
call it
for a night, because we're 20 minutes over our original plan, which is for a live stream. We were planning on doing 2 bottles. Like, I don't know where this happened.
We also talked a lot of Star Wars and.
Well, we had to have those conversations. Those are the important ones.
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
Like a news network be like, we're having the hard conversation, so you don't have to.
That's right. That's right, people.
Oh shit. Okay, here we go. Jack, how long did it take to get to your neighborhood state? Or I'm your neighbor state, by the way. It took, I would say, less than a week. Again, don't really remember, but I think it was like less than a week. Which state are you from? I like value whiskey. Still have money left for lunch. Yep. I think I'm kind of a value whiskey guy too. So that must be newish. Believe.
Agreed.
What? See for a while. Might be. I don't know. I know COVID kind of opened up the rules of like shipping and like alcohol, because like people couldn't just like leave their house. Things got a little loosey-goosey there.
Yeah.
Anyway. Oh, Jack says Central New Mexico. You got any good New Mexico whiskey? I don't think we've had any New Mexico whiskey. I'll send you some twofold.
That was crazy.
I know, too much.
Anyway,
we're calling it for the night. But yeah, sorry for throwing things off the rail, being a psychopath like I am. That is a wrap for this video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. As far as Starward goes, I think just like any other scotch, don't buy the budget stuff. Look at their more expensive stuff. If you're comfortable with it, if you want to use it, use our promo code. It's like literally up to you. They're paying us $0. If you use it, it's just saving you all money. So freedom.
Do it.
Your choice. Do it if you want to. That is all though, folks. I just spaced. Dear Lord.
We'll see you later.
This just hit me pretty hard.
Yeah.
Just with the Starward, because I had a dram of that, and that's like 59% ABV. So yeah,
nice.
A little puckered. But yeah, thanks for showing up here. We'll be here next week doing probably the same shit. So see you then. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
We'll see you later.